Same thing will be very essential for GATE examinations or NPTEL examinations. Be careful. Called as checkpoints or checkpoint mechanism. Checkpoints or checkpoint mechanism. Another surely come maybe for every 2 examination papers it will appear once at least. That is the minimum. Okay. So thing is here during the last 2 database modification scheme, whether it is a deferred database modification scheme or immediate database modification scheme, what we are doing, we are referencing the log file. We are referencing the log file. Okay. So log file is a file or place where you are copying each and every write operation to the variables in the database. Clear? And what you are doing for the sample, we identified transaction T0 and T1 and verified the status of transaction TI and T0, whether it is containing the T0 and T1, whether it is containing both TA start and TA commit statements or not. If both statements are available in the log file, then you are doing either redo operation. If only TA start is there, TA commit is not there, then you are performing the redo operation. Then you are doing the redo operation that you identified in the last 2 classes.
Okay.
But what to do? How long you need to read to verify the log file? You are verifying from the bottom to top. Okay, those log files for performing the redo operations or undo operations. But how long? Clear? That is one of the very important thing. The log file is dynamically growing. Okay, like a unlimited pages notebook. Okay, you are writing for each and every class, maybe from the first class to till the engineering. Okay, whenever you want to study for the preparing the examination, you have a limit now. You have a syllabus. You are stopping somewhere. Okay, will you study if whenever exams come from the latest syllabus books to either you are studying from the your LKG or UKG textbooks also? Clear? Where we need to stop? Clear? That is very, very important. Clear? Otherwise, the log file is dynamically growing. Whenever you want to verify, you are not, when you are recovery, you are not giving T0 or T1. Whenever you are reading from the bottom to the top, whatever the transactions coming on your way, where the transaction containing both TA start and TA commit, you are taking as a small unit and performing redo operations or undo operations. Okay, when to stop? That is the main thing. Otherwise, your recovery process will goes into infinite time. Okay, until the end, where maybe the previous month transactions maybe already permanent. Already you decided whether you want to redo or undo, or whether it is a final or not, whether the transaction is successful or cancelled. You already decided. When comes to say, for example, bank, they have to leave their house only at the end of the day after finalizing each and every transaction. They have to finalize whether it is successful or failed. Otherwise, they can't leave the office also. Clear? Similarly, not only the bank, okay, for any transactions, okay, you need to identify a time limit. Till what extent you want to verify the transactions. How many transactions you want to verify? Whether last 10 transactions, last 20 transactions, last 100 transactions, or if it is based on the time, or till the last 1 hour, last 4 hours, last 24 hours, last 2 days, or last 1 week. You can't go back now. Okay, so and searching the entire log is time consuming. We identified also in the time complexes as part of the data structures. You verified if the number of elements in the file is more and more, then you need to more and more time for search, whether you are using the sequential search or binary search. Okay, the login or log of O of login or O of n is n. Okay, you have to restrict the n. Clear? Right. Otherwise, what happens? You are unnecessarily redoing transactions which have already output their updates to the database. Otherwise, what happens? Some updates are already on the database. You confirmed also, but still you are unnecessarily doing redo operations are those things also. There is no wrong, but unnecessary. Time waste, time waste. Okay. So that is the reason to avoid this unnecessary read and unnecessary updates to the database. Okay, which restrict the database time. Okay, which restrict the database time. You are going to identify some point, till some point you want to perform these redo operations or undo operations. Definitely before that particular point, you are assuming all transactions are either confirmed or cancelled. Cancelled, not just failed or aborted. Okay, it is aborted, killed. Okay, you cancel those transactions. Once you decided cancel, once you declared cancel, no need to worry about those transactions, or else you are identified the transaction is successful. Okay, right. So in order to streamline the recovery process periodically, be careful. You are not fixed any time limit. You are saying the last 10 hours or last 1 hour means for the yesterday it is different. For today morning it is different. For today evening, the last 1 hour means different. Yes or no? Last 1 hour is with reference to the current date. Okay. So the periodically we are changing, the time is periodically changing. Okay. Right. So we identified a mechanism called as checkpointing. The checkpoint identifies before the checkpoint, all the operations are finalized, whether confirmed or cancelled. After checkpoint, we need to check. After checkpoint, we need to check. We'll keep a small record, log record like a checkpoint, maybe checkpoint 1, 2, 3. Then you can say you need to do the recovery process up to that particular checkpoint only, so that you can ignore all the previous transactions. That is the reason if the log is dynamically growing more and more and more, your DBA may periodically remove the old records from the log file because it is already confirmed, unnecessary. You can cut down if necessary. If you want records, you can cut down those earlier files. You can save separately, so that the log record will be dynamically at a small portion. Okay, small portion. Otherwise, verifying anything in the log record itself takes more time. If you like n numbers in a list, you always cut down the log record, or in the log record itself identifies, I want to check to this point only. I want to check till this point only. That till this point is nothing but your checkpoint. Okay, that mechanism is called a checkpoint mechanism. So outputting all records currently residing in the main memory will always copy onto the stable storage. Outputting all modified buffer blocks to the disk. Finally, then we are writing a log record onto the stable storage. After that, whenever you identify, whenever you are copying all the transactions onto the stable storage, once the transaction is committed or entered into the partial committed state, then you are writing all modifications which are available in the buffers, okay, in the RAM or in the stable storage to the final disk where our database is containing. Once you confirmed, you retain all the modification onto the database or disk simply. You write there is checkpoint. You write a checkpoint even on the stable storage. That checkpoint is indicating all the previous buffers blocks or previous log records on the stable storage are already finalized. Already finalized. All modifications are already taken place on the hard disk, or simply say disk. Okay, right. So during the recovery process, we need to consider only the most recent transaction TI, okay, after the checkpoint. During the recovery, okay, you are starting checking the transaction TI from the bottom of the log. You go back in the checkpoint in the log file. You will identify some checkpoint there. Okay, the checkpoint is indicating all the previous operations are already reflected on the database. Okay, so what we need to do, just simple nothing, all the previous log records uh, don't consider. Okay, only you consider only the transaction started after checkpoint, only transaction started after the checkpoint. Simple, that's all. Okay, what you are doing, all the previous transactions we are just ignoring. Okay, considering all the operations before checkpoint is already on the database. You are considering only the transactions TR. Simply say that starting of the transaction is represented by TI start on the checkpoint, after checkpoint. Clear? So that is indicating the transaction started after TI. What you are doing now, scan backwards from end of the log file to the most recent checkpoint. That is the step number 1. Whenever you are identified a checkpoint, okay, as form of the log record, okay, as a log record, whenever you identified a checkpoint, now from the back, okay, continue till a record TI start is found. Continue scanning. Maybe because you entered this checkpoint, maybe there may be TA started just TA start, there may be a TA start. You need not consider TA commits. A TA start log record may be before checkpoint also, and that TA commit will appear after the checkpoint. So that means the checkpoint is in between TA commit and TA start. There is a possibility also. Okay, let we identify, we will consider that also. Okay, just go backwards till you are identifying any TI starts are there without TI commit. Clear? Right. If you identified any TI start is there, okay, continue till you are identifying a TI start. Only consider that part of the log, following about the start record. Okay, and later you are anyway considering in going in back to forward direction till the end of the log file, where you are identifying TA commit, Okay, so earlier part of the lag can be ignored. Ante whenever we are recovering, మనం వెనకాల నుంచి రీడ్ చేసుకుంటూ వస్తున్నాము, ఫస్ట్ చెక్ పాయింట్ ఎక్కడ కనిపిస్తుందా అని కనిపించగానే మనం ఇంకొక చిన్నది కూడా కన్సిడర్ చేసుకుంటున్నాము. ఏదైనా ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ చెక్ పాయింట్ ముందు స్టార్ట్ అయ్యిందా, చెక్ పాయింట్ తర్వాత ఎండ్ అయ్యిందా అని. ఓకే, చెక్ పాయింట్ ముందు స్టార్ట్ అయ్యి చెక్ పాయింట్ తర్వాత ఎండ్ అయిన ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ ఏమైనా ఉంటే అవి కూడా కన్సిడర్ చేసుకుని వెరిఫై చేసుకుని తర్వాత ఫార్వర్డ్ డైరెక్షన్ లో ఇంకా అక్కడ నుంచి ఓన్లీ మూవింగ్ ఇన్ ద ఫార్వర్డ్ డైరెక్షన్ టు టిల్ ద ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ద లాగ్. ఓకే, ఆ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ అన్ని కన్సిడర్ చేసుకుంటాం. సింప్లీ ఆ టిఐ స్టార్ట్స్ వేర్ వి ఆర్ ఐడెంటిఫై ద టిఐ కమిట్స్ అండ్ టిఐ స్టార్ట్స్ బిఫోర్ ద టిఐ స్టార్ట్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ ఏదైనా ఉంటే వాటిని ఇగ్నోర్ చేసేస్తున్నాం. Clear? So earlier part of the log will be simply ignored during the recovery. Okay, and can be erased also whenever desired. But only thing is the database administrator will do that, not we. So for all transactions we're starting from TI or later, previously we identified some TI. From that point onwards, identify all TI commits, execute if there no TI commit is not present, undo operations, And if you identify TA commit, then execute redo operations. Okay. So now what you are doing, once you are identified the checkpoint, you are scanning in the forward direction. Scanning in the forward direction. Okay. Once when after founding the TA start, if you identify TA commit is also there, you are executing redo operations. If the TA commit is not identified when you reach the end of the log file, then execute undo that particular transaction. Okay. Whenever you are executing undo, you are replacing the database values with the old values. Whenever you are executing redo operations, you are replacing the database values, database operator values with new values. Okay. That is the meaning of checkpoint. What the checkpoint is identified for us, you are dividing that log record, you are dividing the log file into two parts. The first part indicating all modifications are already on the database. If necessary, you can erase the earlier part. The latter part is indicating the transactions are completed their partial commit, but it might not reach the commit state. That means for those transactions, the variables are not modified on the database. Okay. So the checkpoint is simply identified for us, leaving for us small portion only, small portion. చేశాను ఓకే వెయిటింగ్ only తీసుకున్నాను ఓకే right. So that is the meaning of this particular checkpoint. That is the meaning of checkpoint, right? What is the once again you are having a checkpoint mechanism. Okay, you identified a small checkpoint. Before checkpoint you are having maybe T1, T2, 3T, T4. Okay, at this particular checkpoint, after the checkpoint, your transaction is failed. Okay, let you assumes. Okay, let you assumes T1 is before checkpoint. Okay, before checkpoint. This is checkpoint after T1. Okay, right. What do we did? We are assuming after T1, after execution of T1, you made a checkpoint. Clear? The checkpoint can be dynamically placed anywhere. The thing is, now we identified checkpoint is going to be after T1. After executing some part of the T4, okay, you got system failure. Then what you are doing, from the bottom, you are reading back. Okay, reading backwards. T4 is there. Okay, still there is no checkpoint. Go back. T3 is there. Still checkpoint. We didn't get the checkpoint. Go back. T2 is there. Okay, at that particular point, checkpoint is also not there. At this particular point, checkpoint is also not there. Checkpoint is in between T1 and T2. Once you are identifying the checkpoint, you are backward, you are having T1, but T1 is commit is also before checkpoint only. T1's commit is also there before checkpoint only, that we assume. That means for T1's both start and commit is before this checkpoint. Okay, then what to do in such case? In such case, simply ignore T1. Okay, because T1's both TA start, TA commit are before checkpoint, right? Now come then from the particular point, identify if any transaction TA start is there but TA commit is not there. Clear? Let it be. maybe the T2 or T3 also, maybe the before the checkpoint only, no problem, or after checkpoint only. But now you are considering, okay, only T2 or T3 start is there. T2 and T3 start is there, but T2 3 is commit is not there. Okay, or let we identify, okay, T2 and T3's commit is also identified. Checkpoint is here. T2 and T3's commit is there after this checkpoint. T2's T3's commit is there after checkpoint. Hence, the T2 and T3 need to be redo. Our considering is from back to this checkpoint only. You just identified for the checkpoint how many transactions TA start and TA commit are available before checkpoint, how many transactions TA start is there, but TA commit is not there. Okay, here we are assuming TA's both start and TA commit is also before checkpoint only. So we are simply ignoring, we are not at all doing anything. Our assumption is TA is already made changes to the database. Then after checkpoint, you have TA, T2 and T3. Okay, after checkpoint, you have T2 and T3. Okay, the T2, T3's start can be before checkpoint, but commit is available after checkpoint. Commit statement is available after this checkpoint. But whatever it may be, whether the TA start is before checkpoint is after checkpoint, but it is identified TA commit after checkpoint. After checkpoint, you need to redo the operations on T2 and T3. You need to redo the operations redo on T2 and T3. That means you need to once again you need to copy all these modifications onto the database. Checkpoint. Hello. Anyway, నేను ఒక నిమిషాలు అంటే వస్తున్నా. Anyway, after checkpoint, you may found either before or after this T4's checkpoint TA start is there, but after checkpoint you are not found TA commit also. You are not found T4's commit statement. Then you need to undo the transaction. You need to undo the transaction T4. That means you need to cancel any modifications it is done on the database, which is nothing but all the old values need to be copied onto the database. All old values need to be copied onto the database. In case of the T2 and T3, we are copying new values onto the database. If you copy new values onto the database, we call it as a redo. If you copy old values onto the database, we call it as undo. Okay. Before checkpoint, if the both TA start and TA commit are there, you are just ignoring. You are just ignoring. What is the advantage of the checkpoint? You need to read the transaction file, a log file from bottom to top up to a certain portion only. Up to certain portion only. You need not read the complete log file. It saves a lot of time, lot of operations. Okay, and also anyway we identified before checkpoint, if you are identified any files, you can based on the requirement you can remove also. Okay, based on the requirement you can remove also. Okay, right. With it will stop. Tomorrow we'll see how to recover concurrent transactions. Okay, be careful. This checkpoint mechanism is very important. And also I kept the notes till yesterday. Okay, in the 4th module also in the WhatsApp, go through the notes. If you are having any doubts, you can interact with me. Okay, now if you are having any doubts, you can ask. Otherwise, give your attendance. If you are not having any doubts, you give me your attendance.